Coach Sherman, fresh off of Media Day in Kansas City as well, so of course the first thing we do when you get back home is shove another mic in your face. So thanks for coming up and joining us today. You guys were picked to finish 6th in the conference this year. Just talk to us a little bit about your team and where you guys think you stand in the league.
Well, we actually have everybody back. All 5 starters returned. We're very excited about this year. First of all, I'd like to mention our coaching staff, Associate Head Coach Charlie Wilson, Jeremy Esri. They've been doing a phenomenal job with us this year, getting everything up and going. And with that, with the number of players that we do have returning, I think has enabled us to be a little further ahead at this stage of the game. So we've actually experienced one of the finest weeks of preseason practice that we have had probably the 28 years I've been here at Central Methodist. And I attribute a lot of that to the coaching staff and their preparation.
I know you mentioned that all 5 of your stars are returning, and some of those guys put up some nice numbers last year. Tillman and Black were both tied for 12 in the conference in scoring. Talk to us a little bit about what that means to have all 5 of your starters back, not only in preparation for the season, but as you'll go through the season as well.
Well, I think you have some years where it's fun to say you have everybody back, then there are some years you say you have everybody back and you wish that you didn't. This is actually a year that I think that after the second half of the season last year, we really put on a pretty good charge. We won 6 games in a row heading down the final stretch, and the guys really bought into what we were trying to do. And they've carried that over, so this is a definite plus having everybody back. I believe Melvin Tillman is going to be one of the finest guards in the conference. He's one of our oldest players. He's 26, I believe, and a junior, so obviously that leadership is hard to compare. But Eric Franklin and Elliot Black have both been phenomenal during the preseason. Their leadership has enabled all our new players to join in on what we're trying to get done. And even Alex Barner and Rob Mason, our other 2 returning starters, being able to continue on where we left off last year is a big plus. And even though we finished 7th in the conference last year, I really felt we finished up 4th best. We were not as good as the 3 best teams that went to the national tournament, but I really felt that we were the next best team. And with all those guys back, along with the new players that we have returning, I feel that we've got a lot to look forward to this year.
Coach Sherman, when you look ahead this year, you've been doing this for some time, going back after off-season and then working with the guys again. What are some improvements that you guys are looking forward to?
Well, the first thing we're doing is our communication is much better. And I think to have any successful team, you have to have a team that communicates very well on the floor. We still have a long ways to go. But we had players that really are, for the most part, are very quiet. And it's hard to get them to buy in if they have to be vocal out on the basketball court. And we're getting so much better at that category. But I also believe that everybody feels they go hard. You know, you talk to your team about playing hard. I think everybody believes they play hard. But I think our guys last year noticed a big difference on what we were trying to get across, on what separates you from really going hard. And they've carried that over, and our practices are very intense. We're a very athletic team. I think we're going to be able to do a lot of fun things this year. We're not a very big team, so we do have to work at a few aspects a little bit harder. But the things that they're carrying over from last year is very rewarding from a coaching staff. And again, it was the patience that I felt our coaches have made when things are going down, and to continue on and see it through. And I think we're starting to see some of those early rewards now, and I hope that that's going to start to begin to show when the season starts.
I know coaches don't like to always throw out a player, but Melvin in particular, what has he meant to your team? It's going to be a team unity, I guess, kind of season with all 5 of your guys back. The comfort level that's going to be there. How is he going to perform this season? I know you're looking for improvement, but how much of an improvement level?
Well, I think the first thing is when the team votes on a captain, you wonder what they're thinking about when they're casting that vote. Well, he was selected as team captain. We really have 3. He's selected as our spokesperson. The team has a lot of confidence in him, and that's because of what he brings every day to practice. he's also the player that we all know we want the ball in his hands at the end of the ball game. There's a reason for it. He's going to make the decision that's best for the team. Not that he's going to take the shot, but he will. And if he doesn't have the shot, he'll find the person that needs to take the shot. That's nice from my standpoint to know we have somebody out there. So, yes, he's going to be very valuable to this year's team.
What's your interaction, just curious, between yourself and Coach Arnold as you guys get prepared for your separate seasons with the clubs?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't had a chance to really watch a lot of their practices, but I do know this. I've been here for a long time, and I've known the league. And the team that Coach Arnold has put together at this stage of the game can be one of the more exciting teams that I think the Heart has seen. There's a lot of talent there. Now, the thing about it is that I think separates them is their coaching staff. They're good. They know what they're doing, and those girls are buying into it. They play hard, they're talented, and I think they're on a mission. I think it shows when you see them walk around campus, and it shows when they show up to practice. I think that also carries over to our team. I think any time that you see teams have success, it carries over. It's been a good semester for Central Methodist to begin with, and we're buying into having that continue on to the basketball season. But the one comment that I made last night that was more of a joke is we were both overlooked in the introductions. I mean, we have the commissioner of the conference, and they introduce all the coaches in the conference, and it was a mistake. It was an accident. But I had a lot of fun at bringing that up, when it got to be my turn to speak. I will have a lot more fun bringing that up at the end of the season when we both end up winning the conference title. But you don't forget about Central Methodist here in Fayette, Missouri.
All right, Coach, and we've talked all about your starters that are coming back and your experience coming back on the floor, but who are a few of the newcomers that we can watch out for as you guys try to push towards that conference title?
Well, I think we've got 3 players that can compete for starting spots with all our starters returning. We have a player that's transferred out of North Platte, Nebraska, Darian Davis, who's about 6'5". He brings a lot of experience. He's very athletic. He's long. He can play a couple of positions. He's hungry, and I think that's exciting. He's already going to generate a deeper rebounding ability for us. And we have 2 freshmen that are probably as fine as shooters as we have had as freshmen. And I thought that was one of our weaknesses last year, was our ability to really shoot the three-point shot. If I can get these guys to shoot anything but three-point shots, that'll be nice. But they're both very good. Nathan Jackson at Lee Summit West and Caleb Shaw at Eugene High School both had tremendous high school careers, and they're very talented. And they're starting to pick up the college game, the speed of the game a little bit. You don't leave them open. So I do feel that right now just their ability to shoot the ball is going to help us tremendously. And when they get the rest of the college game caught up, they're going to be very valuable players in our league.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for coming up here and joining us today. Is there anything else that you want to get to before we let you get back to the lunch?
Oh, I think that's about it. We are looking forward to our alumni game this weekend. For me, it gives me an opportunity to see a bunch of my former players come back. And we do have former All-American players, a lot of All-Conference players that get to return. So it gets to be a nice test for our varsity team right out of the gate, second week of the season. So for us, we get our first test this weekend against our alumni team. So we're looking forward to that.
All right, Coach. Sounds like a lot of fun. Good luck.
You betcha.